I have a question. Are you a judge? You don't have any jurisdiction over me. I would argue you don't have any jurisdiction, okay? No, I'm Anthony Mathis, the living man, here in special appearance for Anthony Winston Mathis, also acting in my proper capacity of the trustee of the trust. If the plaintiff cannot come to court, then this shall be dismissed. That's failure.
Or
I
you may
object. I
walk
will
a
not be
cash
paying
check or
any fine.
charge into the
I will not be
44th
paying
District
any fine.
Court. Please don't interrupt the court, sir.
This judge completely shuts down a sovereign citizen during a Zoom court hearing, and this one is definitely memorable. The defendant is in court after allegedly running a red light. And to make things even worse for him, the police officer involved is present to testify, which already makes this case difficult to argue under normal traffic laws. But instead of addressing the situation logically, the defendant starts making bizarre sovereign citizen-style arguments that quickly turn the hearing into pure chaos. Some of the points he tries to make are so absurd that it's honestly hard not to laugh while watching everything unfold. Let me know what you think about this hearing in the comments below. And if you enjoy courtroom breakdowns like this, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get into it.
You are Anthony Winston Mathis?
No, I'm Anthony Mathis, the living man, here in special appearance for Anthony Winston Mathis, also acting in my proper capacity of the trustee of the trust.
Very well, Mr. Mathis. Today's the date and time for your informal hearing. The citation before the court, Mr. Mathis, indicates that on May the 24th of this year at approximately 9 p.m., you are operating a 2024 Ford Edge, black in color, on 11 Mile Road, near Washington, in the city of Royal Oak. And at that place and time, you committed the civil infraction of impeding traffic. Impeding traffic, sir, is considered a lesser included offense within nearly any moving violation. And Officer Moran indicates in his detailed note that your vehicle was on East 11 Mile Road at Washington and disobeyed the traffic signal. The officer had a green arrow and therefore driver had a red light. Mr. Mathis, you have three options and three options only, sir, in the protection of your own rights. You may, sir, admit responsibility in this matter. The court will attach the scheduled fine and that will close the case. Or, Mr. Mathis, you may admit responsibility with an explanation that you believe mitigates these circumstances, or you have every right to deny responsibility and the court will swear the parties and will take testimony. What would you like the court to do for you today?
Well, I have a few questions, if you don't mind.
The court does mind. You need to make a plea. I am required by
No,
law.
I don't plead to anybody. I only plead to the Most High. Who are you?
I am Magistrate William Urick, P43273. I am a sworn judicial officer of this district. We are here for your informal hearing that you requested. This court is required by law, procedure, and court rule to take a plea. The motorist requesting this informal hearing, that being you, must make such a plea. You may admit responsibility in this matter.
I don't plead to anybody but God.
You may admit with an explanation, or you may deny responsibility and the court will swear the parties and will take proofs. What would you have the court do for you today?
I don't plead to anybody.
Very well. Officer Moran and Mr. Mathis, please raise your right hands.
I do have a question.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you shall give before this court shall be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you very much. Please proceed.
Before we get into the officer's testimony, I have to say this judge is quickly becoming one of my favorites to watch. He has a very direct, no-to-nonsense approach. And the way he calmly deals with all of this sovereign citizen-style nonsense is honestly entertaining to watch. In my opinion, this is probably the best way to handle situations like this. Getting into endless arguments usually just drags things out even more. So seeing the judge stay composed and shut everything down so smoothly is actually pretty satisfying. He keeps the hearing moving without letting the distractions take over the courtroom. What do you guys think about this judge so far? Let me know in the comments, and let's jump back into the hearing.
Magistrate, on May 24, 2024, at approximately 9 p.m., I, Officer Moran, was in the area of East 11 Mile in Washington when I observed 2024 Ford Edge, black in color, with Michigan plate Edward John Lincoln 6501. I was at the light at East 11 in Washington when I had the green arrow to turn. That vehicle then proceeded through the light. As I looked up at the traffic light, that light was red for that driver.
With respect to your selection of citation, you elected to simply issue a ticket for impeding traffic. Is that correct?
I did, magistrate, at that
And that's
time. Yes,
based on your discretion, your training, and your experience.
it is.
Thank you. You obviously have the right to rebuttal if you choose to use it, Officer Moran. Mr. Mathis, it is now your turn. What would you like the court to know, sir?
So, I have a question. Are you a judge?
Mr. Mathis, the court has already indicated it is a sworn judicial officer. It is exercising its jurisdiction lawfully over you. So questioning the court's authority.
You don't have any jurisdiction over me. I would argue you don't have any jurisdiction, okay?
Mr. Mathis, the
the-
officer has already testified as to the facts of the case. It is now your turn to testify. You can tell the court anything you wish the court to know, focusing solely on the events of the date in question. What would you like to tell the court?
The plaintiff is the city of Royal Oak. Please bring the city of Royal Oak. Where's the city of Royal Oak?
The defendant keeps claiming that the judge has no jurisdiction over him, which honestly makes you wonder if he truly believes that, then why even show up to court in the first place? That argument tends to fall apart the moment it's used, because the reality is that the court clearly does have jurisdiction, especially in matters involving state traffic violations. It's always strange to watch these sovereign citizen arguments play out, because the logic completely contradicts itself. If someone genuinely believes the court has no authority, appearing in court just to argue that point already undermines the entire claim. Lately, it feels like these sovereign citizen cases are becoming more common, and they keep showing up in all kinds of hearings. I honestly can't tell whether people like this truly believe these arguments or if they're just trying anything possible to avoid accountability. Either way, it almost never ends well for them. Let me know what you think, and let's jump back into the hearing.
The officer is representing the city of Royal Oak, sir.
Where's the city of Royal Oak?
Are you asking where it is geographically, or
Where's
are
the
you
city?
asking where it is in
Right
terms
now.
of who's present on behalf of the city of Royal Oak?
Where is the city of Royal Oak? Please bring the
Court
city.
doesn't understand your question. Are you asking where it is on a map, or where is the officer?
No, I know exactly where it is on
Okay.
the geographic location, but where are they right now?
The officer is representing the city of Royal Oak as a sworn and certified Michigan peace officer. So what else would you like to tell the court, Mr. Mathis? And please, again, the court suggests that you focus on the events of the date in question.
Okay. Well, could you please bring forth the injured party? Was anybody injured?
This is not a tort case, Mr. Mathis. It is a case written
Well,
under the Motor Vehicle Code
as I
of the
was
city of
traveling,
Royal Oak as it is adopted.
as I was traveling, the officer turned on the lights. No one was injured. So please bring forth the injured party. Based on the Constitution, the Sixth Amendment right, I have a right to face my accuser. If the plaintiff cannot come to court, then this shall be dismissed. That's failure.
Michigan law is pretty clear when it comes to traffic violations like running a red light. These types of offenses are treated as matters of public safety, not just disputes between private individuals. That means there doesn't need to be an injured person for the case to be valid in court. In situations like this, the state acts as the plaintiff because traffic violations create potential danger for everyone on the road. Running a red light isn't just about one person, it puts multiple drivers, passengers, and pedestrians at risk, which is exactly why these cases are taken seriously. So the argument this defendant is trying to make doesn't really hold up at all. Honestly, I have no idea where he got that information from, but it definitely wasn't from any reliable legal source. Anyway, let's get back into the hearing.
Mr. Mathis, is there anything else you wish the court to know?
Please bring forth the injured party. If you can't bring forth the injured party, then this needs to be dismissed now.
Mr. Mathis, is there anything else you wish the court to know?
You guys can't bring anyone forward as far as the injured party. No one was injured. You guys
Mr. Mathis, I will ask you one more time. The officer is representing the city of Royal Oak. This is not a case alleging physical harm or breach of contract.
Why are you trying to charge
This is
me?
a civil case
Why are you
under
trying
the
to
Motor
charge
Vehicle
me?
Code as it was decriminalized in 1979. This is a civil matter. The burden of proof is a preponderance of the evidence. The officer has testified as to what he observed, and it is now your turn to testify as to what occurred. There is no requirement under the rules of procedure, civil, in this operation as of today, that requires a quote unquote injured party to be present. The officer has stated very clearly and fairly and plainly what he observed that day. So as to your testimony related to the date in question, is there anything else you would like the court to know?
No, it isn't. If you guys can't bring any injured party,
Very
no
well.
one injured. You guys are trying
Officer
to
Moran, any rebuttal testimony?
No rebuttal testimony.
Thank you so much. Mr. Mathis, the burden of proof in a civil case is a mere preponderance of the evidence. The officer, a duly sworn and certified Michigan peace officer representing the city of Royal Oak, which is one of two cities upon which this court has jurisdiction, has put his testimony forward. There is nothing in the record that has rebutted any of it. Therefore, the court is finding you responsible for the citation as it was written. The fine for that serves $175. That is payable
I
through
would
the pay
not.
portal on the
I would
44th District Court website, or you may
I
walk
would
a
not be
cash
paying
check or
any fine.
charge into the
I would not be
44th
paying
District
any
Court.
fine.
Please don't interrupt the court, sir. You may walk a cash check or charge into the 44th District Court at 400 East 11 Mile Road, Monday through Friday, between 8:30 and 4:30. That's due within 7 days, Mr. Mathis. If you take exception to the court's ruling, you may post a bond in the amount of $175 within 7 days, and the matter will be placed upon the formal hearing docket of the chief judge of the district, and at that time, the city of Royal Oak would be represented by a city prosecutor.
Do you guys think the $175 fine was fair in this case? Personally, I think it was a reasonable outcome and probably a solid lesson for this sovereign citizen. The judge didn't entertain any of the nonsense for even a second. Just facts, procedure, and the land. Honestly, that's something I really respected throughout this hearing. AU in Michigan. Traffic violations like running a red light are generally treated as civil infractions rather than criminal offenses. And fines like this are meant to reinforce public safety, no matter how confident the defendant was in his arguments. Those theories simply don't hold up against actual state law. Credit to the judge as well for handling the entire situation calmly and professionally, even while the defendant repeatedly tried to derail the process. That said, part of me was surprised the judge didn't go further, given how disruptive and disrespectful the behavior was. Judges do have the authority to hold someone in contempt for interrupting proceedings or showing open disrespect to the court, and this defendant definitely pushed those boundaries multiple times. It honestly would have been interesting to see whether a stronger consequence would have changed his attitude at all. So what do you guys think? Should the judge have been stricter, or was the fine enough? My biggest takeaway from this hearing is honestly just how confident this guy seemed while making arguments that clearly had no legal foundation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think he genuinely believes what he's saying, or is he just trying to avoid responsibility? Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more courtroom content like this. I appreciate you all sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one.